I thought I'd do a new kind of video and actually make banana bread. I was planning on doing this a couple days ago, and I figured that I would just film it so that way I could get kind of a fun baking video up. So the ingredients that you're going to need is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a half a cup of dark brown sugar, or light, depending on what you want to go for, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Then you want to have a teaspoon of salt. I feel like that's too much, so I usually go with a half a teaspoon, but it's up to you. Now you can either put a half a stick of butter or a half a cup of oil. This is not a full cup, half a cup, but I'm going to add the bananas and stuff and milk, so that will help with the moisture. This is 2 tablespoons of whole milk, but you can use any type of milk that you have. This is just imitation vanilla. You want to have a teaspoon of that. And then, of course, 2 bananas. You can go 4. I feel like it's a little too much for my taste, but you can also just use 2 like me. So, and then, of course, 2 eggs. And then my kind of grandma secret that I've kind of always grown up having this in the recipe, which is grandma's molasses. And you can do just like a tablespoon of this. You want to preheat your oven to 350. Now you first want to add the dry ingredients first, of course. So I have my flour here, and then I'm going to add the cinnamon, the baking soda, the baking powder, the brown sugar, and the salt. Now I'm going to just measure the salt in the palm of my hand because I'm just used to that. And then you want to stir this with a whisk because it kind of helps to kind of sift it as well. Now there still might be some clumps of the brown sugar in there, but don't worry about it. We're going to use a hand mixer, so it's, you know, it will get all blended nicely. And then you want to set this aside for just a second, and you want to grab your bananas, and you want to peel them and get the skin off. Now just take a plain old fork and just smush the apple. Yeah, smush the banana. You're going to just set that aside. And then I'm going to go back to my flour, and I'm going to add in the oil. Then the 2 tablespoons of milk. The vanilla. And I'm just going to eyeball this because with imitation vanilla you can kind of not go overboard, but you can usually add more than the actual vanilla extract. Now you just want to stir this up. And then you want to add your 2 eggs. Now I'm going to add in the banana And just give it a quick stir. And then last but not least, the secret ingredient, Grandma's molasses. Now I'm just going to take a regular big spoon like this and get some of that molasses. Now you can add more if you want. Molasses is really strong, so you don't want to add, you know, like a cup of it or a half a cup or anything like that. Now after that, just give this a quick stir. You can see it's all coming together nicely. And like I said, I'm going to go in with a hand mixer because I just feel like it gets it nice and smooth, and there's no lumps of banana or anything like that. Now I'm using a non-stick pan, but I just want to make sure that it's definitely not going to stick since it's a more thicker bread. So I'm just going to add a little bit of canola oil. Just lightly put it in there like that. And then with clean hands, just lightly run your fingers in there to lightly go over all the sides. And just make sure you get into the corners, because that's usually where it sticks the most. Now you certainly have the option to go ahead and use like a muffin tin. This is actually the big muffin tin, but if you have a small one or you know, any pan you want, obviously, you can always change it up. It doesn't really matter what type of pan you use. So then you're going to take your oiled pan and just pour in the batter. And it should look like this. Now when the oven's preheated, you put it in a middle rack in the oven and cook for about 50 minutes to an hour. Now once it's done, you want to take it out of the pan and you can put it on a wire rack to let it cool. And it should look like this. And you can let it cool for a little bit. Now my favorite part about banana bread is cutting it when it's not completely cool, it's still really warm, and then I add some Nutella. I just take a little bit on a knife, put it on, and then let's taste it. This is my favorite part of making banana bread. It tastes so good with the Nutella on it. Honestly, you wouldn't think that hazelnut spread would taste good on banana bread, but there's just something about chocolate and banana bread. My mom used to make it with chocolate chips, and you can also add nuts and stuff to this too, because usually banana bread does have like walnuts in it, but I never have any on hand, so I didn't add any. But I just love putting Nutella on it, and you don't need a lot too. You just put a little light coating and it's just super yummy. So I really hope you like this video and you try out this recipe for yourself, and let me know what you think. Put a comment below of what you think. If you end up making it, let me know in a message or whatnot, and let me know what kind of stuff like you put on your banana bread. Do you just put butter? Do you put a special kind of spread, or do you put Nutella like I do? Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna go finish my banana bread because it's really yummy.